Hey everyone, welcome to another Just Gaming podcast episode. Uh, Today I'm joined once again by Matt. How are you today, Matt? I don't
Sorry,
think Matt is
you la-
hearing me.
you lagged out for a second there. My
Oh,
bad.
uh,
But hello everyone. How's it hanging?
it's
I'm kind
working.
of a mess today, but
Yeah,
we do.
when you work, like, since I'm an intern, I don't get vacations, which kind of sucks. So my first day off is going to be Friday in like 3 or 4 months, more or less.
Wow.
And it's it's tiresome, but it it's whatever. Sorry if I'm a little bit tired today, but I'm gonna try to keep my energy going. Uh, I got a I got a great game that I'm gonna play soon, so that made my entire day.
Nice.
So
Yeah,
uh,
no.
what?
Both of us just like half conscious during this whole thing.
Oh yeah.
Ah,
But hey, we're here to talk about games, and I'm gonna talk about our private lives. So let's get on to the first topic, I guess, of the day. And our first topic, by the way, if I'm looking down, it's because I'm looking at the PC. I just wanted to get that clear. So our first topic of the day is EA Live has leaked. So what I'm showing here, this is not. By the way, I'm just gonna say it right off the gate. This is not confirmed, so take this with a grain of salt. But according to the leak, this is a reliable uh, uh, person. So EA Live has been leaked and contains The Sims 5, Apex Legends new season, Knockout City, which is their new multiplayer game from EA, uh, Frostbite engine trailer, Miss Universe, the official game. What is Miss Universe? If it's what I'm thinking, we don't have Miss Universe here in Portugal, but if it is what I'm thinking it is, that's wild.
it's what you're thinking it is.
Okay, great. Madden, obviously. Caitlin's Journey, which is a new, I assume, yeah, the new Frostbite. It's a new game made entirely on the new Frostbite engine. FIFA 12, FIFA 22, expected, Battlefield 6, and finally Skate 3. So this is all that EA has prepared to show us in in June, which is during E3. So Matt, what do you think of this lineup? Because again, this is leaks, so it's not 100%
Yeah.
confirmed. But
I I
yeah,
mean honestly what makes me think that it might be legit is how underwhelming it is.
yeah,
Because like we get leaks where it's like, oh, it's gonna show like five new AAA titles and blah blah. It's like, no, this seems pretty in line with what we've been getting lately with like live events,
oh yeah,
like Nintendo Direct. I I I don't know. I'm sure, and also EA isn't known as the best in terms of their presentations. Like I still remember like their E3 presentations where they're like talking about like stock numbers. um, so yeah, I mean, sure, Battlefield. I'm sure it looked pretty. And honestly, nothing really
it's in my
stands
game
out.
draft. I hope it's
Yeah,
good. It's in my game draft.
yeah.
Uh,
I'm sure there'll be some of those that are like diamonds in the rough or something, but like
mm-hmm.
I'm not putting Miss Universe or on my most anticipated.
Look, I'm just like you said, it's disappointing, and I think EA has been in the hot seat for a while now, and I think I remember perfectly when they had Jedi Fallen Order coming out. They basically dedicated an entire E3 presentation to Fallen Order, which was wild. Like they had like 3 games, and one of those games was Fallen Order, and like for a while now, E3 for EA has been incredibly underwhelming. So the only like
Yeah,
relevant title they ever announced at E3, and I don't even think it was at E3. It was in a different presentation. Was the new Skate game. And by the way, by the leak it says Skate will come whenever it's ready. I fucking hate that. really
I
hate.
like that. I like
I
that. No,
I hate those.
when they're
Just
like,
don't say anything. Just end the trailer saying skate, whatever. You don't need to say when it's coming
no,
out. You
but
don't need.
that's
They did the same thing with Cyberpunk. So guess that didn't
no, but
work
that's
out.
no, for sure. But like, that's them acknowledging like we just want you to know it's out. Like it's going to come out at some point. You like we
I
don't need.
guess.
I hate when they're pressured to put a release date, and
And
I think this is a good compromise.
I
I
think the
like
only
it.
thing that stands out to me out of all this is Sims 5, which is actually pretty cool. Sims is a franchise that I've enjoyed. I have played the second one. I played the third one. I kind of skipped the fourth one because I outgrew the franchise. It's not nothing against it. It's good, but it didn't interest me as much as interest when I was a kid or younger, I guess. So, but Sims 5 is coming to the PC according to leaks 2022, and this is another problem with for me. Lately, I think companies are doing a lot, which is like they're shadow dropping stuff. Usually, not right now. Companies like have some secret projects, and I was hoping that would become the new thing in the gaming industry. Like Nintendo is doing it, Sony's kind of doing it, not really, but like also kind of doing it. So I thought this would become the main thing for the for the for the gaming industry, but it doesn't look like because out of all the leaks, it looks like what's interesting is coming out in 2022, and what's not interesting is what we're having this year, which is Madden, FIFA, Miss Universe, whatever that is. That Frostbite game looks cool. Like just by the name and being episodic, it looks intriguing to me. We haven't seen anything, so I can't really comment on it, but it looks intriguing. At the same time, it looks like everything that's interesting is coming later and not now. So for me, like I don't know, like I expect E3 to be like most stuff coming this year, and then a little bit coming next year, and it just looked like, hey, we have this like we have these cool things coming, but it's only next year. Here you go. Have Madden and FIFA and Miss Universe, Miss fucking Universe. It's really underwhelming,
Yes.
and I think like they skipped 1 year of EA of EA sorry of I'm blanking on the word. They skipped a year of E3. Well, everyone skipped because E3 didn't
Right.
happen. I thought this year
Yeah.
they would come with like they had an entire year to plan everything out, and they had an entire year to prepare. It because if you think about it, it's double the I guess announcements. Not really announcements. I guess like it's double the content that you if you're counting things that were supposed to come out in 2021. Like it's double the content, but it's I don't know. It's to me it's really underwhelming this leak, and I'm excited for Sims 2. I'm excited for the Frostbite thing. That's all. I'm excited. When it comes to EA, I guess. Um, but speaking of other companies, let's talk about another company, and that is PlayStation. So PlayStation just this is more like a topic for me. I'm sorry, Matt, but then again, in Matt's defense, he's gonna have a topic more for him than me. Uh, and the topic is Sony has announced that they are closing. Wait, let me get yeah. So they are closing. We are. I am. I'm mourning specifically because of one part, but whatever. We are closing the PlayStation Store on PlayStation 3 consoles on July 2nd. Sorry, excuse me, and on PlayStation Vita devices on August 27th. Additionally, the remaining purchases functionality for PSP will also retire on July 2nd. So basically, they're closing both PS3 and PSP on July 2nd and PS4 on PS Vita on August 27th. Basically, they go into detail about it, but basically, you can keep your downloads. You can access them again. You can redeem vouchers if you have. Uh, and basically, what you will lose is basically the ability to purchase new games, you purchase DLCs, and you will no longer be able to redeem funds like PlayStation funds, what you would, the cards you usually get to charge your PSN account. So this is extremely sad, honestly, because I'm a huge advocate for the for PS Vita. I'm a huge fan of the PS Vita. It's uh, one of my favorite consoles growing up, and
Right.
yeah, and like I think it's too soon to close it. I think it's too soon to close it, and I think it just doesn't make sense to me because why are you closing it again? Like, what's the reason here? I guess like sure, keeping the servers alive is kind of you know it costs you money, but at the same time you're gonna cut the source for so many games, the PSP games, PS Vita games, PS1 games. Like, you can't really, you can, but like other than the more recent consoles, you cannot purchase these types of games on any other console. So like it, it really bugs me, and I get the PSP. The PSP is like what, 15 years old. It's no, that's
Man,
2005. No, 11 years old. 2005. Uh, sorry, it's 2005. So that's, yeah, 16 years old, and PS3 is not as old, but as well pretty old. Vita came out. It's still old, sure. It came out in 2012.
yeah,
That's
but like honestly, like let's be. I mean, the Vita kind of
the Vita has
failed.
it
It,
failed. No, but Vita has such an
yeah,
active community.
yeah,
It
no,
like
no, 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 no.
out of all the
I'm
consoles
sure
that
it's
PlayStation
like
have, not like I'm not talking about the PS4 or PS5, but like people still play the Vita, and you can clearly tell by like the outrage doesn't come from the PS3 and the PSP. It comes from the PS Vita. Every outrage I've seen from this is like, why are you shutting down the Vita servers? Because
Mhm.
it's your only um, it's your only portable console you have available right now. So like, why are you closing the chance for so many people to play it? You know,
You think
and
it's like a case of them just underestimating how many people or how active
no,
the
because
community
if you look at the like actual values, sure, you're right. It doesn't have a lot of it doesn't have a lot of people playing those consoles, but it, it's still an active fan base. Like it's small, but it's very active and it's very vocal, and it really sucks, especially for me. Like I still have a few games I want to play on my Vita, and I don't have them. And now if I don't buy them digitally, I'm gonna have to pay like $300 for the physical version because now I can't play it. And for the people that didn't like, this was the Vita was a gateway for you to play PSP, PS1, and PS Vita games, even some PS2 games. I think they released some PS2 games over there. And now you're just gonna lose that ability, unless you buy all the games you want to play in like 2 months, 3 months. It closes in August, so you have quick math, 4 months and some days. Like, you're basically screwed. Honestly, you're basically screwed, and it's, to me, it really sucks. Like, cause like
Mhm.
I don't see. I understand the PSP. I can say the PS3. At least give the PS Vita the same treatment you gave to the PSP and the PS3. You know, give it
right? Yeah.
a little more time. So you're closing after like what, 15 years, whatever. Give the Vita like a couple more years so we can. And apparently, there's still games coming out for the Vita. I didn't know this, but there's still games being made for the Vita. So now these people that are making these games can only release them. Like the PS3 is dead, the PSP is dead. Like there's no people out there making games for these consoles. But the PS Vita, there's still some developers making games for it. So like, why are you rushing it and closing it when there's no need to?
Mhm.
There's no need to. And the article doesn't go into detail on, why, if this is gonna affect like the online games, because Vita does have some online games, but I assume it is. I don't really know. I assume it is, which also kind of sucks because I still. So like I was gonna talk in a bit, but I still have some multiplayer games that there that I occasionally like. It's not my main multiplayer game. There, I occasionally go back and just play a little bit of a few games to just remind, especially Killzone Mercenary, which is one of the best video games. And I'm gonna talk in like 5 minutes, and then I'll give the word to Matt, which is like, the video is closing down. Here's the games you need to get before it closes down. So yeah, before I give the word, I'm gonna talk about, because I even selected them before ending this. So if you're gonna get a Vita now, I'm gonna give you in my opinion, the best games you can get it. So the first is, I'm gonna go through them really quickly, but collection wise, you have Ratchet and Clank, which is like, come on, it's one of the best adventure games. You have God of War 1 and 2, which are probably, no, I like the third one more, but from the OG trilogy. But you have two great games here, and you also have Sly trilogy, and I don't have, but there's also the Jack and Dexter trilogy. The collection wise, this is the best you can get on the Vita, or unless you want also Metal Gear, which is also available, but that's only two games, which is, I guess, it's still a collection. But yeah, actual games. Um, Little Big Planet PS Vita, which is in my opinion the best Little Big Planet game yet made. Rayman Legends, a great platform that you can play. There's also Rayman Origins, but I don't think it's as good as this one. This one is way better in my opinion. Um, Tearaway, in my opinion, probably the best in terms of quality Vita game, because like this game was literally made for the
That
PS
that is the
Vita.
one. That is the one game that I always hear about with the Vita. Is like Tearaway. Like they're like, it's
No,
so
this
incredible.
is literally a game where you are like you're like their god. So you can interact with this character because you're the god for their world, and you interact by the touchpad, the camera, like your face when you're playing. It's the sun. So like sometimes you look up and it's yeah, it's
That's
incredible.
really cool.
This is, in my opinion, the best Vita game. Like people say, oh, it's already on the what's the on the PS4. Yeah, but the Vita version is like the definitive version. Um, Gravity Rush, one of my favorite adventure games as well. It's on the Vita. They fucked up. It didn't release the second one on the Vita, which really hurt the experience because again, I feel like this is, you can play it on the PS4, but I feel like the experience is better on the Vita. Sly Cooper, Thieves in Times, the fourth Sly Cooper, and it's great. It's not perfect, but it's great. Killzone Mercenary, which is actually the best looking Vita game, like without a doubt. This, you know, when people say, "Oh, it's the no," you know, when they said in the marketing, console like graphics. No,
Yeah.
that's fake. But this one got really close, like really close. Like the graphics are stunning, even for today's standards. In my opinion, it's really good. It runs really well. Like occasional drips in drops in
Frame
in
rate.
frame rate, but it's great. It looks great and it's very fun. I think the multiplayer is still active. This is the one I was talking about, by the way. The multiplayer is still active, so it's a good game. And then for the last two, probably my favorite because I'm biased, but whatever. Uncharted Golden Abyss. It's great. It's not perfect. The story is kind of but I do like it as like a warm up, I guess you can call it, for the actual like Uncharted games. This is a fun little venture with Nathan Drake and Sully. That's the only two characters returning. The other characters didn't exist before. I mean, they existed, but their relationship with Nathan didn't exist. The villain again really weak, but it's pretty cool. It plays really well on the Vita, and they implement the Vita functions really well. There's some that's kind of but most of our it's great. And you know this little thing that says only on PlayStation Vita? Yeah. Most games are already like ported to other consoles. This is actually like only on PlayStation Vita. Like they didn't port this game. I'm happy they didn't port it because you should experience it on the Vita. It's great. And lastly but not least, and last but not least, I'm sorry. Actually, there's two more, but the other one I don't have, so I'm just gonna mention by name. But the other one is Wipeout 2048. Honestly, in my opinion, if not counting Mario Kart, because Mario Kart is so good, it's a like leagues above any
Yeah.
other racing game. Wipeout is probably the closest. for me at
Really?
least. I love Wipeout. It's really good. It's fast. It's fun. The tracks are really good. There's even a single player, and single player is good. Like there's an actual story mode, which is weird for a racing game, but it works in my opinion. And again, it looks stunning on the Vita. So if you're gonna buy a Vita, here's how many games did
No.
I? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, and plus those three, 11 games you can buy and enjoy because they are fantastic. The other game, I don't have it. I got it today. I'm not gonna say how much I paid for it because it's ridiculous, but I got it today, which was Persona 4, which completes my Vita collection. I guess I'm only missing other two games, which is Resistance, but the game isn't that good. I just wanted to own it for a collector's sake. And but the other one was Persona 4 Golden. It's considered by many the best Vita game, and I won't argue because I it's Persona. If you know Persona, you know how like popular and good this series is. So I'm gonna actually play it. So I got it today, and it's considered by many, like I said, the best video game. So, and I think it's kind of cheap digitally. Like I think it's like $20 digitally. So uh, before the store closes, there's a bunch of games I mentioned right here. There's also Persona. Get it. If you're like, oh, but I don't have a Vita, you probably can get it for like 70 to $80 online. Mine is right here because I felt so bad today that I on my breaks I was playing. I don't know if you heard of this game called PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale.
Yeah. No,
It's
no,
like
no.
a
I remember.
Smash game for PlayStation. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah. I know what you're
During my
talking about.
breaks today, I popped in a match and played it just for fun. It runs on 60 frames. I thought that Vita didn't have 60 frames. Apparently it has because the game was running on 60 frames. But yeah, I love the Vita. This is really sad. I still have a few games. I wrote down a few games. Usually I have to get before the store closes. Mainly Sly 3 because this collection I bought it used the Sly trilogy, and the third one was a code, and the person who had the game obviously used the code. So still have to get Sly 3 digitally. And there's another game called Severed. I think that's it called. It was the last like big Vita title, and I heard it's great, so I gotta get that one. And then I have a couple like small games I just want to have in case I want to replay, which are like incredible cheap. So yeah, it's sad, but
Yeah.
I'm working on it. Actually, I'm working. That's gonna be probably my biggest video for the channel, which is I'm working on a video like talking about the 10 years. The video is gonna be 10 years next year, 9 years. No, 10 years in Japan this year. Next year, 10 in the entire world. Um, so yeah, it sucks. It sucks. I really wish there's so many things they could have done. I swear, if they did most things better, the video would have been an incredible success. Because I think
Yeah. All they had to do is like everything better than what
no,
they
no,
did.
no, no. I don't. For example, I don't think they're. Honestly, I've seen this a while ago. I was reading about like what's the best launch uh, titles for any console, and a lot of people argue the Vita, and I agree. We had Wipeout, we had Uncharted, Golden Abyss, we had Marvel vs. Capcom, we had Everybody's Golf, which I know it's a sports game, but it's one of the best golf games. We had other few titles. We had like Little Deviant, which was an exclusive. We had Reality Fighters, which is also an exclusive. Like Vita's release, and then like then like a few months in between the release of the Vita, we got Gravity Rush, which was a big title for the Vita. Like we got a lot of content. It was the problem. It was the price of the console, which was 250 for a time where you could get a PS3 for 300. No, that's ridiculous. And I think this is the thing that hurt the most the Vita, which was the memory cards were specifically made for the Vita. Like if you wanted to get a new memory card, because you would run out of space really fast. If you wanted to get a card, you had to pay like 30 to $40 for the
Mhm.
4 gigabyte card. A 4 gigabyte card. It's insane.
Oof.
And no, I think the four was 20 something, 25. The 8 gigabyte was 40 something. They did a lot of bad things, but at the end of the day, I still think the if you look at it, there's a lot of stuff that the Vita has that the Switch doesn't. Like Vita had a camera. two cameras. Vita had a touchpad on the back of the camera, on the back of on the Switch, on the back of the sorry on it. Vita had a back touchpad
Uh-huh.
on its back. It had rumbling. It had sensor, or the I don't know the word. I'm blanking on the word, but like
You mean
the
like
Vita.
vibration,
No, no,
like
like
rumble car?
yeah, Rumble. Yeah, sure, Rumble effect. It had a lot of things that the sure the Switch. It had a lot of things that Switch has, but also more than the Switch has. So,
Hmm.
but Switch is still a console, a portable and a home console. It wins. It was 300, but it's a home slash portable console wins. And it's sad. It's sad. I'm not gonna go further, with this topic, but it's sad. I'm just sad and try to get you the games you want to get before everything goes.
Yeah, man, sucks for you.
Yeah, sucks for me.
Yeah, yeah.
I
No, it's
can't
all
wait.
sad.
Can't wait for when Steam closes. You'll be like,
Yeah,
oh, this is such a dumb idea. Steam closes because they lose all their fans to uh,
yeah. Have you seen? Did you see real quick the chat?
what
Did you see the chat?
the Twitch chat.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry. Hi. I
random,
assume it's
random.
Umbri. I assume it's Taylor. So hi.
Yeah,
Uh,
that nice typo.
yeah. Sorry. Uh, you're at your. So I had to connect to his wife. To his wife. Okay. All right. No need to brag, I guess. Weird flex, but
Dang.
okay. But yeah, do you have anything to add about this topic
No,
or?
just that like that must suck because like I was on. I was kind of like, well, the numbers probably suck for it. But then when you were like, well, at least let it give it the same like give it the same courtesy that you gave like the PS3, etc., and like let it go on for a little bit longer. That makes more sense to me, especially if there's still an active multiplayer
It's
community.
small, but it still
It's
exists, you know? And that's the thing
it's
that
odd.
pissed me
It's
off.
odd to me whenever, and this is why I'm not like a big business person, but like it's odd to me there's a whenever there's like this big hulking company that like is like, no, it's too expensive to maintain the servers. It's like, really? Is it though?
I
Is
mean,
it?
like I would understand if like they were shutting down the PS1 servers or whatever. Like,
Yeah, no, for
yeah, sure,
sure.
okay.
So
No one's, but
like you
like,
said, it hasn't even been a decade.
no, no, no. Nintendo did the same thing with the Wii, and I think there was a big riot. I don't know if the Wii U servers are still active. I think they are, but those
Yeah,
will be worse because literally you can get on the Wii U, which is weird because you can do that on the Switch, but on the Wii U you can get literally every game from the past consoles, which is insane to me. Like if you want to play Nintendo 64 Mario, it's probably there. You just have to buy it, but it's probably there. Like Wii U has one of the best retro library I've ever seen. Uh, yeah, Matt looks better because he's using a better camera, also known as his phone.
is my phone. That's how bad my laptop camera is. My iPhone 6.
Uh, if you want, you can donate $50 and I'll buy Matt a camera. Just I'll send you my PayPal and I'll buy Matt a camera.
Yeah,
Uh, but yeah, it's sad to see go, but it is what it is. I'm happy. Actually, this is funny because now my Vita collection is gonna be worth. I already checked, and some games I have here are worth up to $50 to $60. So my collection is gonna
nice.
go up in price, I guess.
Let's
Never
go.
selling, never selling them, but whatever. Uh, yeah, and it sucks, but I legit hope somehow we get a new portable console from. I know the Vita hurt a lot Sony's like money, uh, but but I hope somehow they give it another shot. They know what they did wrong. I think they can fix it in the future. Like, isn't it insane that a Vita was like only $100 less than a brand new PS4 at launch? That's wild to me.
Yeah.
But but I hope
Oh,
they learn
that's
from
great.
this. Like I think people say, oh, it should have been $100. What? No, no, it shouldn't. But like, I think the perfect price would have been $200. I think $200 would have been perfect for it. I don't think it's too much. I don't think it's cheap enough. I don't think it's expensive enough. So I think it's just right. But they didn't, and they tried to do the 3G thing, which is really weird with AT, whatever. Let's move on to another topic
Yeah, you're
because
getting too depressed.
enough about Sony's dumb decisions with a great
Yeah,
console. Um,
let's move on to another company's dumb decision.
wait, no. I think we're according to my order here. We're still
Mm.
on PlayStation.
Oh man,
Sorry,
the
that
PlayStation
other company will come
stand.
in the last topic.
All right, let's
So
go.
the other topic regarding PlayStation is Ghost of Tsushima is gonna get a brand new not a brand new movie, a movie. Ghost of Tsushima is in the work. Ghost of Tsushima movie is in the works. Uh, with I'm gonna butcher his name, with Chad Stalsky, Chad Stalsky. Okay, thank you, Matt. Um, yeah. By the way, Umbrio. Yeah, two people still on the U servers. No, Wii U is living on, bro. It's like the Vita. The Vita and the Wii U have an active fan base. I'm not even joking. I check Reddit. Vita and the Wii U are like the two dead consoles. They are not. They are still alive by they live through their fans, which is awesome. Like I saw someone say you can't kill the Vita. No, you can't kill something that has life in it, which is PS Vita Life. But yeah, sorry. Get back to the point. Sucker Punch production. So yeah, Chad Stalsky. Okay, whatever. Sorry, I'm sorry. He's gonna direct. He's in the works. So yeah, and
Ghost of Tsushima, like the story beats that I've seen,
mm-hmm,
it seems like it needs to have like really soft meditative moments in between the action.
mm-hmm.
And while I have no doubt that he can pull off the action, like this is the guy who did John Wick, I am really nervous about like even the end. Like, can you imagine the ending framed by the guy who
Oh,
did John Wick?
they have to make a choice though. The
No, I know
ending.
they have to. No, I know they have to make a choice, but like that, like it just like the for me. Then again, I haven't played the game, so but to me, the moments that stand out or that have made like the game appeal to me,
Mm-hmm.
not enough clearly because I didn't actually get it, but the thing that appeal to me are like those quiet moments where like
Mm.
he like you can like meditate right and like
Oh yeah,
contemplate on
they kind of suck though.
and then this apparently
It's like
the
the
side stuff.
it's like I'm gonna use your favorite game series of all time, Assassin's Creed. It's like when
Oh
those
yeah.
moments are like when you're synchronizing the city. You
Yeah,
know, when you come to the top of a
right.
tower and you synchronize the whole city. That's
Hmm.
the for me. That's basically when you take a shower. It's like those like 5 seconds. But you can
Yeah.
meditate. Yeah, there's a moment where you get to a destination and you sit down, and then, like you have to look around to find the button, which is really fucking annoying. Like the game throws the sun at your fucking face, and you're looking at the sun with the full brightness on your monitor. And you're like, "Where's the fucking button, bro?" Oh, there it is. Uh, um, and
Yeah.
and like honestly, I like Ghost of Tsushima. I think the best thing about Ghost of Tsushima is its sense of direction, because Ghost of Tsushima is one of those games that doesn't have like pointers or check marks or anything. It has like the wind
Yeah, I've seen
is your
that.
arrow. I love that. That's so it keeps the screen clean of ugly shit, and it's more immersive as an experience, because you're not getting distracted by some weird ass arrows or everything. Sorry, there's a mosquito here. And the other thing that I think it's the best about Ghost is its gameplay. Its gameplay is really fun. It's pretty good. There's a few problems when it comes to like the stealth. I think it's very weak, just like an Assassin's Creed game. This is basically Ghost of Tsushima is basically Assassin's Creed in Japan. I'm sorry, it is, but it's a good Assassin's Creed, if you will. Like it's it's
Right.
it's on the side of Odyssey and not on the side of Unity or whatever. Um,
Yo, don't tell Assassin's Creed fans that they
no,
love
I like
Unity.
Unity too, but there's a lot of problems with
I
Unity in my
don't.
opinion.
I don't. I
No,
freaking
I
hate
like
you.
Unity.
Oh my god. Ugh.
Uh, so and so the story is good. The story is good, but I'm very curious to see how they. Is it going to be really action heavy? Because that
Well, it
works in
must be.
it works in the game. It doesn't
That
work in movie
no. I think
form.
they. I think they looked for someone who could replicate the action scenes,
Hmm.
and they found it. So I whether it's going to
And and they have to make
like I
changes to.
what I think I like the most about this is that this is a guy, the director, who can keep the momentum going between different action scenes over and over and over again.
Hmm.
And I think that's what goes on with like that's what is done so well in the John Wick movies, and that's what I think they're hoping to do for this movie.
Hmm.
So I don't think they're looking for some like really deep I think they're just looking for a blockbuster, which is what I think they'll get.
I think, yeah, and I'm just curious to see how they gotta change the story because a good thing like I'm giving all praise to Ghost of Tsushima, but a good thing I like about Ghost of Tsushima's story is that it's very centered when it comes to like sides. Like it's you who choose which side does Jin really stand on. I'm not gonna go into spoilers. I'm gonna try to keep it as simple as I can, which is like, and at the end you have to make a choice, and that choice is gonna translate on which side you are on. And I feel like the story obviously has to go with one side of the story, one side of the it has to choose
Mm-hmm.
one of them, and whichever they choose, they're gonna they're gonna make some people mad.
Yeah.
Personally, I chose the choice very I chose the choice that was very much in line with Last of Us 2, which is probably the uh, the more I'm not gonna say the more uncommon
Unpopular.
choice because in reality there's still a lot of people who like Last of Us, but the other choice is one that eliminates with people that didn't like The Last of Us. My friend who hated Last of Us chose the exact same opposite choice that I chose when playing Ghost of Tsushima. So that was really like I was like, okay, so I can see why I didn't like Last of Us because of this choice. I know this sounds weird, but if you play the game, you understand what I'm talking
No,
about.
I do know. I do know what the ending is.
So yeah, so you understand what I'm saying. So
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
if they choose the second part without changing anything coming before it, I'm not gonna like the movie probably. I'm gonna feel like it doesn't work for the character. So
yeah.
they have to pick a side and they have to change the story so it makes sense for those actions to make sense.
Yeah.
So I'm
And
just curious to see.
yeah,
Plus,
it's fine. So
I just want to say something.
yeah,
People have been like, who should play Jin? The actor who played Jin should play Jin. It's
yeah,
literally the
no, it's
same
perfect.
actor. He's an actor. He's just not a.
They,
He's not only a voice actor. He did the mocap. They based off his face out of the actor.
yeah,
Just cast him.
I know that doesn't make any sense. Like, excuse me, especially when the game is already so cinematic. Like, if they don't get Alex, weren't all the actors motion captured
Hmm.
for like the main characters in the story?
Hmm.
So it's like, why don't they just get those actors? I mean, they won't because they need some. They're gonna want star power or whatever.
Yeah.
But also like, and this is kind of a like elephant in the room about Hollywood. There aren't many Asian movie stars,
Oh yeah, you're right.
so like if you're not gonna get that. So why don't you just do all of the cast members? But then at that point, it's like, well, if you have all of the cast members back for the movie,
Just play the game. You're
just
just
play the game.
yeah.
Like,
Umbreon 18 is saying he has to have all Asian cast. Yeah,
Wasn't actually
they
wasn't the guy
announced
who
that
played?
Scarlett Johansson will play Jin, so you're
Yeah,
one step further to getting
but
all Asian cast.
wasn't the guy who played the bad guy actually like in like Native American, not Asian? Or was am I wrong in that?
In Ghost of Tsushima,
Yeah,
I
the
have
guy who
no
played
idea. Let me check real
something
quick.
con. I forget which con he played, but like I thought I remember seeing like, oh, he's actually like Native American.
Oh,
He's
I
not
have
Asian.
no idea.
But so
Oh, Patrick Gallagher. Yeah, yeah. I don't think he's Asian. Yeah. Well,
but
it's and the thing is, the thing I find it funny about this Ghost of Tsushima thing is the movie also relies a lot. Sorry, the game also relies a lot on this. This is one of those games that you need to do the sites missions. It will help
yeah,
flesh
that's
out the
another thing. I've heard
story.
that they're like
So as a
way better.
movie, it's not. I feel like if they announced this as a mini series, it would work better. You know,
Mm,
and I've seen some people say, "Oh no, they're saving up the show for God of War." I'm like, no, God of War should be a movie. That's the one that should be a movie.
mm.
Oh, they have to do the four games. No, they don't. You could play the fourth game. Oh, you just have to know what you don't need
No,
the other three
absolutely,
games.
absolutely. I just finished playing the fourth God of War with my girlfriend, and she had never even known what it was, and she like loved it. She had no problem getting along with it. But
Maybe, maybe like I saw some people say, "Oh, just tell the story through flashbacks," but I think that's gonna steal away too much of Kratos and
Atreus, yeah,
Atreus, yeah,
yeah,
relationship, you know. So I
yeah,
mean, you can do, sure, you can do a show on God of War. I'm gonna fucking love it, but Ghost it works way better as a miniseries in my opinion. Because, well, first of all, God of War is going to have a lot of CGI, whether you want it or not.
yeah.
Ghost, you can do it as a show. Get some good choreographers, get some good
Mhm. Well, again, that's the
sets.
thing. Like they're gonna have fantastic choreographers here. I
Yeah,
just
they have
think
Chad.
that I think what they're doing is I think they just want a fun action movie,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing wrong with that, but that's clearly I think that's the route they're going with. They're like,
I'm
honestly,
just.
the story will be second and the action will be first. And I think,
Is this the director who did Atomic Blonde, or is that the
yeah,
other?
I'm wondering because they're here. Chad
There's two.
Stahelski movies. Blah, 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 blah. Let's see. No, he's the one who did all of the John Wick movies.
So David
So
Leitch is the one who did Deadpool
yeah,
and Hobbs and Shaw. Okay. So
yeah.
they okay. So I actually
So it's the one who shoots better action.
he's the one who shoots better action. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
But at the same time, he's the one who has zero character work. Like
yeah.
you're gonna tell me John Wick has character work? He has a little bit, a little bit, but that's about it. And
No, but
I
I think
think
it works in John. It works perfectly
it
in
works
John
for
Wick because
yeah, it
it's
works
like
for John Wick.
that
Yeah.
type of movie. But Ghost of Tsushima, it
Ghost of Tsushima is
seems like
it's a story about rebellion and like not agreeing with the system and everything. Like, I don't know, it's weird. It's the weird choice. I'm sure the action scene is gonna look amazing, but like
yeah.
it's a
Again,
weird
I think that's the
choice.
thing. I think at this point, Sony's like, yeah, we know that the story in the game is good, and I think instead of pitching it as like this intelligent drama, jet like samurai movie, if we just show it off as like a look, it looks cool, slashing swords.
You know who I think. You know which project he should do instead of Ghost? He should have directed Uncharted. That's way more in his league
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Uncharted is more action oriented. The characters, other than Uncharted 4, the characters are very like
Who is directing on the Uncharted
it's
movie?
Doug Lyman. No, I don't know. Isn't it the guy from Deadpool? I thought it was the guy from Deadpool.
Is it actually
I think it is.
Uncharted? Ruben Fleischer.
No, oh, Ruben. Okay, no, that's not a. That's not a. I
What's
know
he done?
him. No, he's. I think he did Zombieland. I think he did Zombieland.
That's
Zombie
a
and
very
Venom.
odd.
He did
Oh
Zombieland
God,
and Venom.
he did zombie. Oh,
hey, 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 hey,
this
hey,
guy
hey.
does not have a.
Zombieland
I
1
I
and 2
love
are
Zombieland.
great.
I love Zombieland. Everything else, I haven't seen the second one, but I want
The
to.
second one is great. I'll defend the second one until I die. I love the second one. Venom is shit, but you know, there's a few good moments in there, so. But yeah, Umbreon said,
This
I
is
still need to
not.
play the PS5 version. Play it.
This is
Even though
yeah.
I don't love the
This
game, play it. But
this is that he does not
yeah.
have a great resume.
No, he doesn't. He still has Zombieland, so he's very in touch with Sony,
Yeah,
clearly.
sure.
So
I guess he could nail the dialogue a bit, but the action,
yeah,
I don't
he
know.
already has
Oh,
Mark Wahlberg as Sully. He lost.
oh my gosh,
Um.
that.
So yeah,
Oh my god.
I'm excited, but yet cautious. I think Matt's the same. So
Yeah, I'm honestly, I'm if I manage my expectations right, I'll be fine. I'm expecting a samurai movie with really cool action.
yeah, that's
I
exactly what
think
I'm
that's
excited.
I think that's
It's like
it.
tomorrow. Whoever comes out of tomorrow saying Kong versus Godzilla had no plot, I'm gonna slap them and say,
I've already seen.
you really saw Godzilla versus Kong for the plot? Yeah, you cooked, bro.
I
Um,
already saw reviews like that.
well, manage what you're. It's the same thing as people going. No, I'm just gonna go back to the Last of Us route, and I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go into the last topic of the day, and that is Cyberpunk, our good old friend Cyberpunk. Well, I think we some in some point at some point we need both to get Cyberpunk and stream us playing it because we've hated it so much. We need to stream this game and show people that hey, it's not that bad. Whenever it's I don't think I told you, but the game was last week was $30 here in Portugal, and there was an extra sale on top of it, which was if you took another copy of a selection, you know. So like if you took, I'm gonna use Avengers as my go-to game. If you took Cyberpunk and Avengers, both were 30, but if you took both, it will come down to 55 for both copies. Sorry, no, sorry, it came down 45. So technically, you could take Cyberpunk for $22. So that's it. I kind of almost got it, but I'm still waiting on it, and I'm sure I'll find it the same price probably in like 2 3 months. Uh, so there, no, it's physical, bro. You know I'm physical. I don't buy. I barely buy digital games. Well, I the only times I buy digital is when it's super cheap, or it's like it's incredibly expensive on physical. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm getting online. But anyways, Cyberpunk released a patch 2.0, and they released a list of changes, like it says here. I'm not gonna show them all because if I show them all, we would end this podcast in like 24 hours. But here's everything they did. And there's some weird ass things here. Look, clothing vendors now sell items more suitable for the location. Cat food needed to adopt nibbles can now be brought at several food shops around the Night City. The item for selling purple. Okay, at least this one makes sense. There was one weird which was V will no longer disappear off the car. It's so weird, but yeah, like there's so it's we're not even halfway through them. Okay, this is a oh they subdivided them. Okay, so this was gameplay. This is quests. Holy fuck. Open world, cinematic design. Oh, at least we're halfway through them. No, this is my favorite part of all this. So, so cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They fixed a lot of things. What did they say? Subasu. Fixed an improper icon of clothing item when looting a body in geek serial suits. Okay. I thought I read something different. But yeah. So there's a lot of things. And look at the end. This is my favorite part. And many more. And many more. They were my boys at CD Projekt had the balls to put out a fucking letter to the fans about a patch, and then end it with, oh, and many more. Basically, yeah. So as you can clearly tell, oops, sorry, that was an accident. As you can clearly tell, um, the game is is not in a good condition once again. uh,
And the
but
best part of all of this is that apparently the patch for PC made it
it made
worse.
it worse. That's the. There's reports that the PC version is like randomly closing and breaking the game, which is so like it's poetic. It's uh, when we started talking about Cyberpunk, I was like, you'll eventually get the hang of it. Now I'm like, just just play it if you want. Don't play it because I doubt it's gonna leave this state.
Yeah, so the patch for PC was about 40 gigabytes, and yeah, they're apparently not allowed.
Actually,
They're not able to open it,
actually,
and also the frame rates are worse.
one of our friends sent the whole how big the file is on his PS5. So yeah, so the total file for the game is 146 gigabytes
Yeah.
for Cyberpunk, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, and this is I'm not gonna say I think I hated on them too much, but you're not done yet, so go for it.
I just like I honestly, after all this, I just feel so terrible for the developers.
Yeah, me too.
Like we're laughing, but like honestly, like you saw how ginormous that list was.
No, it's
Like
ridiculous. It's
they
ridiculous.
probably were like had to sit and got changed to their chairs or something, especially after all the reports that came out from CD Projekt Red employees about how terrible it was working there. Like that's probably so much sanity lost for them. Like, good lord. And they still have so much to do.
No, yeah,
Like,
yeah. This is like the tip of the iceberg.
yeah, like they like at least apparently like our friend that you're talking about, he said
Mhm.
that the game on PS5 was a lot better
Mhm.
after this patch. So
Mhm.
that's good. But now the the PC version, the one that was affected the least, is now
The
worse.
one where it was actually steady is worse.
Like
It's so wild. It's really wild.
I
Uh,
just feel bad for them. And also they hinted that they're gonna make another Witcher game
when did it what?
because because they're because they're desperate now at this point.
Wait, where did they hint at another Witcher game?
Here, let me
Can't wait
look it
for
up.
it to come out in like 5 years.
Yeah, it said this was just today. Um, this is from Games Radar. It said The Witcher 4 gets a boost as CD Projekt Red says it will start parallel AAA projects in 2022.
Oh, so they weren't
So
paralleling projects when Cyberpunk came out, but now it's gonna work. That's what they were missing, more work other than
yeah,
Cyberpunk.
we are
Uh,
planning to build cross-functional teams to work on both IPs, which sounds like we're planning on making them work more.
I'm gonna be fully honest here.
yeah,
I don't think they can recover from this.
yeah, man.
I
I
don't
don't know.
think I don't think they can recover. I think they're gonna. No, I mean like no. A Witcher game's gonna sell, but they're gonna lose a part of those sales because people are gonna
So
think twice. Like, is it really working?
no,
Is it
absolutely.
so? Like
Yeah, like
they shot themselves
they're
in the foot,
yeah,
and
they said they're transforming. Like they have a big thing here. I'll send it to you.
my
They're
yeah. Sorry, go
going
ahead.
from the focus on AAA RPG into here. Let me just send that
I still wanna.
into genre blending with AAA RPG core, single player to, and this will make us happy. Single player to single player with an online experience.
Wait,
AAA game
I'll show
focused
in the live stream. Uh,
to AAA broad ecosystem, and then they put in brackets.
Oh, transformation journey. Focus on AAA RPG, gender blending with AARPG score, single player with online experience, sequential AP development. This is so stupid. Waterfall development. Okay, this is actually pretty good though. This is actually pretty cool. Do you know what waterfall development is and agile delivery is? Okay, so game programmer time. Okay, so agile delivery is basically when you do a project in small parts. What does that mean? Okay, so imagine you're working on a game. So you're first going to work on its entirety on its world. So first you work on the world, and when you have the world, you ship out to testers so they can maybe if anyone is listening and I'm in the wrong here, please correct me. But this is from what I remember from college and what I use on my daily work because I also work with agile delivery. Which is, so basically you work in certain parts of a project and you deliver them to the clients slash testers, whatever you want to call them, and they test out that part to see if it's working completely, and if it is, we close that section of the game of the project. So imagine like you in the game. Let's use it in the game. Okay, so imagine you're working on a mocap. So they're gonna fully focus on the mocap for this part of the work, and they're gonna do everything, and then they're gonna give it to testers to see if everything is working, if there's no glitches or the characters randomly do the T pose or like see if everything is working, and if it is, they close out that section and they'll work on another section, and maybe they'll the only time they go back to test it if it's like any correlation they need to do. So imagine they have to connect two components of the game. So maybe then they will go back. But agile means you keep working on small parts and delivering those small parts, completely testing them, and if they are 100% working, you close them. You don't touch them again. This is what I remember from college. Um, but I'm gonna confirm because now I'm scared I'm saying something that's not work.
No, that makes sense. But like, what really got me was when they said at the very bottom where they're like, they're shifting from quality to quality and team quality. Just like
Okay,
you guys weren't focused on team quality
okay.
before.
So sorry, I looked up and yeah, this is exactly what I said. So waterfall means you do each part of the project first. So waterfall means okay. So you start at the requirements of the
Yeah.
game, and then they close it. They don't go back. They close it. It's done. They do the requirements for the entire game. The entire game. Okay. While agile, they focus on a small part first. So they go by parts. Waterfall, you do the entire project. So you do the entire requirements for the project, and then you go on to design. But again, it's the full design of the game. Of the full design of the project. Sorry. Um, and then they go into implementation, again full implementation, and then verification, full verification, and maintenance, full maintenance. While agile is small parts of that each time. So they'll work on this specific part for now. They close it. They go on to this part, and they do this basically these requirements, design, implementation, verification, and maintenance part on each sprint. I know it's weird I'm saying sprint, but it's the term that's used for when you're doing a certain part of a project. It's called sprint. So for each sprint, they'll do these steps of the waterfall method. This got way more like sophisticated computer wise. Sorry, this is things that I learned from college. No, I'm using at least I'm using things from college. This is the this kind of shocked me because I thought most companies use this. I thought this was like because in school they teach us to not use waterfall method. So I was actually shocked when I read that. Uh, but no, I'm looking back just to complete a AAA game focused to AAA plus broad IP ecosystem mobile. Yeah, this is ridiculous. Remember when Blizzard said let's do a Diablo mobile game? That didn't go right. That didn't go. Uh, yeah,
God, it's like they're just.
my favorite
And again,
one. My favorite
I,
one
I feel
is I
so
think
bad for the developers, but like
yeah,
it's like they're just constantly like, how can we continue to mess up our relationship
and
with our consumer
and I
base?
think this is what you meant, but it's also my favorite part of this. Quality focus? Nah, team and quality focus.
It's like you weren't already doing that before.
Oh my
Like,
god, bro. Insane. To be fair, most companies don't do this, you know? But
oh my,
it's the sad truth about the gaming
I
world,
know
man.
it's like, oh my god. I mean, yeah, this is basically just a glimpse into how terrible gaming projects are for a lot of people. Like, I really hope because like I love like certain figures in the game, like Corey Balrog. I hope that's how you pronounce his name.
Hmm.
The guy who did God of War. Like, I really hope he treats his people well because
No,
I love
I
the
think
game
he
that he
does.
made. And then, but like even like Neil Druckmann, like remember that piece that came out about what's it called? Crunch time for The
Hmm.
Last of Us Part Two,
Hmm.
and how they were like a more experienced person would have already released the game like months ago. Like it's
Remember when they
really scary.
accused Neil Druckmann for forcing his workers to watch uh, uh, they watch Christians suffer or something. No, it wasn't Christian suffering. It was like watch brutal scenarios so they can implement them on the game. And everyone and they were like, "What? Not even Mortal Kombat does that." You know how Mortal Kombat does their like gruesome sounds? It's
Yeah,
fruit. They smash fruit to make the sound of a skull
yeah,
being destroyed. Like no one does that. That's a lie. And if they do that, it's because it's the job they apply to. I'm sure.
yeah,
Like I think companies have their like highs and lows, but we as an outsiders, we we shouldn't assume the worst. In this case, we can because there's evident proof that this is going
yeah.
down with what's
That's
the
true.
with cyber
Mhm.
CG project. So I don't know. I think this is an again. I'm hoping they'll fix their game. Um, I'm
Mm.
I don't want to see anyone say after they fix it a game of the year. No, no. This game will be a game that got saved. But it's not game. It's not game by game of the year. No, please. The game has a lot. The story doesn't matter. What matters is the game. No, the story in this case matters. 100% matters,
Yeah.
and I don't think we should. You can admit it's not a good game, but you can't forget what happened.
Yeah,
But
probably the best review I've ever seen of this game is from girlfriend reviews, where the boyfriend in that case actually did a review of it,
mm-hmm.
and he said he there's a part of the review where I was like, wow, this could have been such a fantastic game, where he showcased like if they just been given more time, like look at what the variety of gameplay you have, and he showed
Mm-hmm.
like you can be a hacker, or he said, or you can play it like you're playing Doom Eternal. And I was like, wait, what? And then he showcased gameplay with a build in Cyberpunk that looked and felt like Doom Eternal. I was like, that is insane that they
Yep.
built a game that can do that. And just the way that the developers have been completely screwed over into just now essentially being slaves and trying to fix this complete broken travesty
Mess.
of a mess. Uh, God, I hope they'll be okay.
It will. I hope as well. But yeah, that concludes our episode of Just Gaming Podcast. As always, we'll end the episode with suggestion, and you're gonna go first because honestly, I have no suggestion.
Yeah, I've
I'm
been
thinking.
so I've been doing like essays and projects for the end of the my school term, so I haven't been able to play that much. But I mentioned earlier, I managed to finish the PS4 God of War. And that was the first time I had ever
Very
played it.
underplayed game.
Underrated game,
Yeah, very
and like
underrated.
seriously,
Think he
I
won.
just like
Think he won
I
something called Game of the Year. I don't remember.
yeah yeah
Memory's fuzzy right now. Sorry.
I cannot believe how like I had before when it first came out, I didn't have a PS4, so I just watched the cutscenes like a John Campea stan. Um, but and so I knew the story was good, but good lord, the gameplay, like I cannot believe how satisfying they made the combat. And I know some people don't like rumble effects in your controller, but that go like to me, like that goes such a long way. Like when you charge up your heavy runic attack and you like smashes the axe in the ground, and it's like that wouldn't feel nearly as impactful without the rumble.
Hmm.
And I wonder, like, I know this is the PS5 version. Does it incorporate the haptics, or is it just like a
I have
graphical?
no idea. I have not played it yet, so I
Yeah,
don't know.
because like,
I think according to what I read, it's just an upscale. It's just an upgrade
yeah,
to 4K
I mean,
60
fair,
frames.
fair enough. They're also working
Yeah,
on rec,
yeah.
but yeah, I can't wait to die several times against the Valkyries because I tried getting one of the Valkyries and I got absolutely annihilated.
You can
And
lower the difficulty if you want.
I'm on the second easiest
Oh, okay.
difficulty. That's how bad I am at this game.
Um,
I I played the whole game on the second easiest, and I died several times. Especially,
could be worse.
especially, yeah, especially the beginning of the game when you're like fighting the first like witches or whatever that like teleport all over the place. Good lord. But yeah,
Uh,
no, fantastic game. If you haven't played it already, it's on like $20 on PlayStation
you can
Store.
probably get it cheaper, honestly.
Yeah, like
Uh,
it's incredible. Yeah.
Honestly, I've also been kind of busy with work, and I've not been in the mood to play a lot. Because I get off work, I edit videos for the channel, and then I have no energy to play. The only
Yeah,
game I've
no,
been
I know. I'm
playing
like,
lately is probably fucking Avengers, which sucks, but I've been playing Avengers in Fortnite. I played Fortnite like a day ago, and I played Avengers the previous day. And but I have a day off this week. I'm finally either gonna start Demon Souls. No, yeah, I'm gonna start Demon Souls, and then on the weekend, I'm assuming on the weekend I'm gonna start this little game with my girlfriend.
yeah.
So I'm hoping it's fucking good. If it's not, she's gonna pay for the entire thing. No, I'm kidding. I'm super excited, but if I have to, if I have to pick a game, I guess I'm not gonna recommend Avengers. Unless, no, I'm kidding. If you have the game and you have the PS5, and if you have the game and you have a PS5, play the next gen version because that I'll recommend. Only if you have the game already. It doesn't hurt for you to go back and play a little bit more. I swear, the upgrade. I've talked to some people and a lot of people agreed with me. I thought I was just a biased dude, but I know a lot of people. I've seen a lot of people say the same thing that I said about the new like big update about the game, which is Hawkeye sucks, but the next gen is great, which is
Yep.
my opinion on the new update. But actually, in the vein of all what's happening, I'm gonna recommend the Vita game. Why not? And I'm not gonna. I'm recommending it for the Vita, but you can play it on the PS4, which is Tearaway. Tearaway
Yeah.
is a fantastic platformer. I've not played in a long time. I'm actually gonna replay it when I can, when I get the chance. I love saying like I'm gonna play this and this and this, and I don't have time for all that. But it is a fantastic game. It deserves way more recognition than it ever got. It deserves more love from Sony itself because I remember the game came out. I'm just gonna do some fact check real quickly, but I think it stands as the second best reviewed Vita game of all time.
It's the
Um,
best reviewed.
yeah, it's the no, the best reviewed is a Persona 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah. No,
checking. I'm checking right
I
now.
yeah. While you check that, yeah, I just started watching Superstore. I don't know. I like it's weird because in Canada there's like literally a chain called Superstore, so
Hmm.
I keep thinking it's that, but it isn't. But yeah, no, I I'm interested in that.
Okay, so
Does it? Yeah.
I was wrong. It's the sixth, but it's the eighth. It's the eighth. The best one is like I said, Persona 4 Golden, and then it's
Mhm.
Velocity 2X, which I also have, but I've never played it. I have to play it one day. And then Splunky, whatever. Little Big Planet has more, which is super. I'm actually surprised because I thought this would have less than Tearaway. But yeah, Tearaway is still like top 10 video games of all time, as you
Top
can see.
10,
It's top 10.
top
It's top
10
10.
Vita games of all time.
It's incredible. I actually think everyone should give it a chance. It's on PlayStation 4. I don't. If you somehow have a Vita, and you manage
Mhm.
to find this in the wild, get it and play it because it is incredible. Like it's a
Yeah.
great game. And it's the best Vita experience when it comes to Vita games. Again, I have not played Persona 4 Golden. That's one I'm actually gonna start, and it's gonna be my introduction to Persona. And if I don't like this, I'm definitely not playing Persona 5 because I hear like it's. But they're both.
Speaking of girlfriend reviews again, I got looked at it through that
Mm-hmm.
video that they just
Mm-hmm.
put up, which is a fantastic video, and I was just like, it looks like a game that I have no interest in.
Which
Like it
Persona
just,
5?
yeah, like
Oh
I'm
yeah.
like, I'm
It
no.
looks like a really really it looks like a really J it looks like it looks like Pokemon but with humans. Which is
Right.
awesome. I love Pokemon and I hear like we're not counting Pokemon, it's the closest you get to an appealing JRPG game. Like
Right.
if you don't count if you don't count Pokemon, Persona is like the closest you'll have to something that is appealing to Westerns when it comes to JRPGs.
Yeah.
So look, but yeah, maybe in like a year, I'll be here saying Persona 4 was incredible.
Mm.
But again, I haven't played it yet, so I'll keep it on the low. Tearaway is great. It's a platformer. Again, like I said, it's on PS4, but if you have a Vita, play it on the Vita. It's an incredible experience. It's in the store. I don't know how much it is, but if you want to get it now, it's the best time. So yeah, I'm recommending Tearaway. So
All
yeah,
right.
that wraps up our episode. I hope you
Awesome.
enjoyed it once again. Uh, Before we go, I just want to once again plug our stuff. We have the Twitch as you see right now. If you're not subscribed to us, sorry, not subscribe, follow. If you don't follow us, please follow us on Twitch. We could also follow us on Twitter. The name on the overlay is wrong. Actually, I just noticed.
Yeah.
It's JG Central YT. So it's more complicated. Um,
Yeah.
Join our Facebook group. It's that one is actually right. So that one, that one and the Twitch one are right. So you're good for that. And join our YouTube as well. Just Gaming Central. You'll find it very easily. We have a new episode. We have a new video out actually, which is our newest episode of the Just Gaming Show with Matt
Mhm.
as a judge. If you don't know what the gaming show is, don't worry. There's also a playlist with all the episodes, including the announcement. So, because in the announcement I went over the rules and what was gonna happen. And yeah, we're gonna have some new videos. Vincent is back this week with a retrospective on Ocarina of Time. Uh, and I personally have still one video that I've been working, which is insane. I just noticed. I would look at I recorded a video in February that's still on my like editing folder, which is
No.
wild. I'm trying to gonna finish because it's a game I played in February. I'm gonna keep the mystery until the video comes out because why not? Um, but it's a game I played in
Build up the
February.
hype.
I actually I think I talked to you about it, how much I loved it,
Yeah.
and I was like I'm gonna do a video. And I think I looked at the editing file. I edited about 80% of it since the beginning of March. It's been there like 80% through it. So I'm gonna try to either today, but maybe tomorrow. Today is too late for me, but maybe tomorrow I'll finish editing and I'll post it. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you want to watch the full episode, if you just got here and you want to watch the full episode, it's gonna be up on YouTube this weekend. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. And Matt, do you want to say something before you go?
No, nothing much. Just yeah. By the way, it's technically called the Great Canadian Superstore, but everyone just calls it Superstore. But yeah,
Oh, the
no,
show. Yeah, because
yeah,
of the chat. Someone was saying uh, they're watching Superstore, which is and playing
yeah,
Yu-Gi-Oh. There's new Yu-Gi-Oh games. What a weeb. Uh, I didn't even know. But yeah, the I'm also, by the way, I know I showed It Takes Two, but I'm also gonna do. I really want to do a video on that game if it's good. If it's bad,
yeah,
I hate doing.
yeah, yeah,
I did one video on a bad game, which was the Invil Inside again on the channel if you wanna check it out.
yeah,
And even though it was more of a funny video, I guess I
yeah,
really hate doing negative videos. I don't like it. I like doing negative because not only is it a pain to record, but it's also a pain to edit knowing like this is just trashing someone who worked on something. So
yeah.
I don't like doing that.
Like,
So if it's good, a video will come out of it. If it's bad, I'll probably just say I didn't like it. But yeah,
yeah.
we went
Awesome.
on for too long. Sorry. Thank you so much for anyone who watched it. Thank you, Embryon, for being with us and being active on the chat. Like I told you,
Yeah, it's super
I'll
awesome.
send you the PayPal so you can buy Matt a new camera. Okay. Uh, if you buy Matt a new
Yeah.
camera, next podcast I'll use a Sonic hat. I'll tell you that. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye.